Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Sally from the Crochet Web. Today I want to show you how to make this lovely little handbag. It's made from t-shirt yarn, which you can buy from Amazon. I'll put my link on in the description. This gorgeous silver one, I made this the other day with the handle, perfect for summer. You'll need two 100-gram balls of t-shirt yarn, and we're going to crochet those together. You'll need a 10mm hook, a stitch marker and some scissors for the end, and optional caffeine. So this one measures 8 inches across, or 20 centimeters, and the height of it is 5 inches or 13 centimeters. I made the handles just so they'd go up kind of over my shoulder and tuck under my armpit. I've also made a little matching purse. I'm going to put a zip on this, so if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notification when I upload this video as well. So today I'm going to make it from the pink and the vanilla, and I'll put a link on for those where you can buy those as well. So let's get started. Make your slip knot. So the way I do it is a loop on your left, a loop on your right, put the right hand loop in and under the left hand loop, and then just catch hold, pull tight, and that's your first stitch. So we're going to make 15 chains in total. Keep them fairly loose. This is quite a different texture to work with if you're used to double knitting or crochet cotton. Okay, so that's 15 chains. Now this is going to be the absolute base of our bag. So you're going to need your stitch marker in the next minute or so. So we're going to work, we missed this chain that the stitch is coming out of, and we're going to work into the top one strand of the chain below. Normally I'd tell you to go in the bottom to keep your work structured, but we're going to go in the top and we're going to do a double crochet. I do work in UK terms. If you are working in American terms, it's called a single crochet. This is the only stitch you'll need. So double crochet if you're in the UK, single crochet if you're American or using American terms. And then, so that one is your first stitch of the round. So we're going to pop a stitch marker in there, just so we know when we get back to it, especially if you're a beginner. Well, it helps. I've been crocheting a lot of years and it still helps me. So that's where you will come back to. So top strand, excuse me, having a sip of coffee by the way, top strand, and we're going to single crochet or double crochet to the end, and then I'll give you a little update what happens then. Hope you've got a cuppa. Hope you can use this as some valuable me time, mindfulness, bit of escape from the crazy world. I'm absolutely loving working with this t-shirt yarn. It's quite stiff, but that's what gives it its structure and texture. So I'm quite forgiving of it. Right, we're going to work right up to the last stitch. So I've got two, oh, in fact, I've done that one, sorry. I've got one left there. So let's have a count from the stitch marker. So you should have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then into this last one, we're going to do 2. So that's 12. And that's 13. Okay, so that will take us round. Now, can you see how there's a gap there? If you just pull on your tail strand, it will tighten that up. Now, we're not working in rows, we're going to work in rounds. So we're going to turn our work round, and then we're going to work into the bottom strands of that original chain. So the bottom strands look like this, these ones. Okay, if you give them a little pull, you'll see where the gap is that you need to go into. So same thing again, carry on, and then we'll do a count up at the end, make sure we're all in the same place with the amount of stitches we've got. These are quite tricky. This is the hardest bit. Once you get working on the sides of the bag, you'll fly. If you've not got a 10mm hook, you could use an 8, you can use a 12. They do send a hook with the yarn on Amazon, and they send you a 7mm hook. So you could try it with that. You probably just need a couple more stitches in. But if you aim for the size, which is 20cm, and you won't go far wrong. The amount of stitches doesn't matter as long as you keep them the same all the way around. So at the end of every round, you need to just have a quick count round. Make sure it doesn't shrink or grow sidewards. Right, so here we are now, the last, second to last. We'll go into that one. And then there's one here, which is hiding, it's disguising itself. So we're going to go into here, we're going to go 2 in here. So 2 double crochets. And so that's just those 2 at the end, are just to get us round that corner. Now that is the base of your bag. Okay, so I'm going to have a count up, and hopefully we're all in the same place. So we'll start where I've finished. $28. Okay, so you should have got 28 stitches. Just writing that down just to double check. Right, so from now on in, we're going to work up the sides of the bag. So your work is naturally going to want to do that. So just give it a little twizzle so it's starting to take the right shape. So into the stitch marker stitch. So this is going to be round 2. So what I do is keep a little tally next to me when we've finished a round. So this is round 2. Put the stitch marker back in. Now from now on in, you just work into every single stitch. So there's no extras, there's no turning or anything. It's just working round that long oval at the bottom. So this is round 2. And once you can do this kind of technique where you get the bottom in, you can make wider bags, you could make a beach bag, you could even make a container out of jute or hessian, or like a nice natural t-shirt yarn. You can make a plant pot. And I made the purse using the same technique as well. Right, so we're going to go around this corner. My biggest decision, I've dropped a stitch, is choosing what colours. I've got some pink trainers, so this will go in the summer with them. So let me know in the comments what colour or colours you've chosen. You could do it in both pinks or both vanillas, or double silver like I did with the other bag. And if you want to show me what you've made, you could tag me on Instagram at the Crochet Web. I would really appreciate that, to see what you've made from this pattern. And as I grow the channel, I would really appreciate a quick subscribe, and that'll help get the channel more views. Right, so I'm at the end of round 2, so I'll just mark my little tally. And then on we go. Can you see how we've got a little canoe? And we've got the same size as the silver bag, which is always a good sign, because that's my template. So in we go to the stitch marker stitch. Put the stitch marker back in. So what you're going to do, I'm going to pause my end of it so you can do some work on your own without my Yorkshire tones in your ear. And then I'm going to come back in a couple of rows and see how we're getting on. So I'll see you back here in a couple of rows. Okay, so I've done 4 rounds. I hope you're getting on okay with it. So I'll just do this round with you, make sure we're all in the same place. Take my stitch marker out and let's carry on. So this is my 5th round. Stitch marker back in so we know where we're at. So about, halfway there. If you've got everything organised, you can make this within an hour and have a new accessory to go out with. Or take it as a holiday project, crochet on the beach. Okay, I'm at the end of round, well, halfway around round 5. Mine, I don't know about yours, but mine is doing its best to twist and turn. So it's actually quite hard work. Good arm workout as well. Okay, coming up to the end of round 5. And I'm really happy with the pattern on that. It's just gorgeous. Okay, same thing again. I'm going to go away and do round 6 and 7, and then we'll see where we're up to, because I'm back at my stitch marker. So keep going round 6 and 7, and I'll catch you back here. Okay, so I got a little bit carried away and I've done 8 rounds altogether. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quite easy to count if you want to check. Now this silver one, I made 9. So I'm going to do the last round with you and then show you how to do this funky handle. So let's do the last round together. Or if you're not quite caught up, I'll go around fairly slowly and hopefully you can catch up. So I'm still going to put my stitch marker in, even though this is the last round, because we still need to know where we're going to end up. They're a perfect little shape, these, aren't they? They just fit your basics in. Your phone, your purse, your key, and a bit of lipstick. What more do you need to take out? Right, coming round to the last stretch. And then we can do the handle. Don't have a great deal of yarn left. With the silver, I did have more. So I'm a little bit concerned about the handle. Right, so that's my 9 rows. I hope you're caught up. Right, when you get to the last stitch, we're going to go into there as normal, and then into this slip stitch, we're going to do a, what have I done there? Getting excited to finish. Into the stitch marker, we're going to do a slip stitch. So into this, we can get rid of the stitch marker now. And we're going to go a slip stitch in there, which ties it off nicely. And then we're going to go and do a double crochet into the same space, just to give it, because it's a handle, it needs that extra bit of sturdiness. And then this bit is kind of up to you, however long you want it. So you're going to chain over to the length you want. So just keep chaining until, and practice, but pop it on your shoulder and see, or if you just want to hold it in your hand, that may be enough. If you want to pop it over your shoulder, you'll need more. I'll count these up and give you an idea. Okay. I think I'm just going to have this one as a hand holding bag. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 23. Let's go 24. Just to give you an idea, I'll give you the length of this silver one, because this one does go under my arm. So the length of the silver one is 13 inches or 33 centimetres. If you want to do an underarm one, aim for that. So what you need to do now is slip stitch keep your chains the right way around and slip stitch into the other side of the bag. I think we'll go into that one. Make sure it's directly opposite. And then we're going to do the same again. We're going to do a double crochet into there just to give it that extra tuggability. Okay, so I've gone in from the inside, and then you're going to come along, back along this row of chains, just to make, if you can leave it at that if you want, or you can come along your row of chains working into the top loop with a little double crochet all along. I am really praying that my vanilla lasts to the end, because I've got that much left. And if you really are tight on yarn, you can do this as slip stitches across. Can you see how wide that is? If you don't want it that wide, do it as slip stitches. I think the vanilla's going to let me down, which is a shame. What I'm going to do, I'm really sorry about this, but I've literally got that much left. I'm going to go back and I'm going to slip stitch mine because it'll use less yarn. But obviously you go ahead and carry on with your double crochets if that's the effect you want. So this will show you as well how the slip stitch looks. So all you're doing is you're going into the chain, grab hold and pull through. And actually, I'm not sure if I like this width better actually, looking at it. So let's see how we get on this time. Send a little prayer out to the yarn gods. I wonder why the pink one's longer than the vanilla one as well. I wonder if they measure it by weight. And why is the pink lighter than the vanilla? Right, we're going to make it. Actually, I prefer that better. That is the slip stitch. This one is the double crochet. So whichever you prefer. And that's the joy of crochet, it's so adaptable. So what I'm going to do is write these instructions out. I'm going to pop them on my Etsy shop, which is at the Crochet Web on Etsy. I'll pop a link below as well. And if you'd prefer written instructions, you better buy the pattern there. So that's the last stitch, and then I'm just going to do a slip stitch into, you know, that first double crochet we did, into there, and then pull that through, and I'll show you the end project. Well, yeah, the end project. Snip that off, pop it through. And we're going to darn those ends in. I can do that with you, or you can do it on your own. So there is your cutesy little summer handbag, which will fit in your phone and whatever else you need it to. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been as satisfying for you as it has for me. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.